a young girl who built her own throne in the nights of Basra. No husband, no partner, no family name behind her. When she sang, people forgot themselves. When she danced, the gatherings erupted in cheers. She ruled the nights, and no celebration was alive until she was there. Her house was the palace of entertainment, overflowing with music, wine, and laughter. It was where the rich forgot their worries, and the powerful forgot their pride. The wealthy would pay anything to see her dance. Merchants, governors, nobles, all poured gold at her feet, competing for her attention, competing to host her. She dressed in silks and jewels, wore perfumes that only the rich could afford. Women envied her. Men craved her company. Her beauty was a weapon, her voice a spell, her fame unmatched. She was the star of her time, the celebrity of Basra and the face of desire. She was known everywhere, yet deep inside she was drowning in sin. Before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Know the Religion. Now, if you're ready, let's dive into her story. In the early centuries after Islam, during the era of the Tabi'in, the generation after the noble Sahaba, the thriving city of Iraq began to murmur a young girl's name, Shawana. For the people of Basra, no wedding feast, no gathering of the rich, no celebration of the powerful felt complete unless she was there. Hosts would whisper to one another, "Will Shawana come tonight? Will she be here with us?" Her presence was the crown of every event. If she accepted an invitation, the night would be remembered. If she refused, the gathering was considered dull. Some nights she opened her own doors. Merchants, nobles, travelers, and the curious would gather in her house, eager for a night of pleasure. Some came for the music, others for the wine, and many just to boast that they had sat under her roof. These gatherings stretched till morning. Young girls, seeing her fame, dreamed of following in her steps. Men of influence sought her company not for love, but for the prestige of being seen with her. To the world she had everything, wealth, fame, and influence. But her soul was restless. Behind the music and applause, Shawana's heart was empty. Many nights she would sit alone and cry, asking herself why joy always vanished with the dawn. Then one night, Shawana was invited to one of the grandest gatherings in Basra. She entered with her usual grace, dressed in jewels and perfume, ready to sing and dance before the elite. But in the corner of that same house, a man was reciting the Qur'an with a trembling voice, and his eyes overflowed with tears as he read verses about the fire. His weeping silenced her music. The laughter around her faded, and the gold at her feet felt like dust to her. Her eyes filled with tears, and she whispered to herself, "What will become of me on the day when I stand before Allah?" That night, she couldn't escape the sound of those verses. No matter how much she tried to sleep, the man's weeping stayed in her ears. The next day, Shawana didn't open her doors and went straight to a scholar. Some narrations say it was Hassan al-Basri. With tears in her eyes, she confessed, "I am Shawana. I have destroyed myself in sins. Is there any hope for me?" He replied, "Yes, if you turn sincerely to Allah, He will wipe away your past as if it never existed." From that day, Shawana repented and became a student of Hassan al-Basri. She abandoned her life of singing and dancing and sat in circles of Qur'an. She listened to the words of the scholars. Her house, once filled with music and wine, became a place of prayer and tears. Where people once came for pleasure, now women gathered to remember Allah. Her old companions laughed. "This won't last. She will return." Some even came to her doorstep with musicians and gifts, begging her to sing once more. But she answered firmly, "Once my heart has tasted the sweetness of Qur'an, there is no song on earth that can tempt me back." Shawana devoted herself to worship. She would spend her nights in prayer and her days in fasting. Her eyes were often swollen from weeping out of fear of Allah. Her tears silenced everyone, and the people who once spoke of her beauty and voice now spoke of her humility and piety. The same Basra that once knew her as the queen of entertainment now remembered her as one of its greatest worshippers. And she would often say, remembering her past, "The joy of the hereafter has left no joy in my heart for this world." Shawana was not just any woman in Basra. She was the woman everyone knew, but in her brightest hour, she found the strength to abandon it all, embrace her heart's emptiness and run back to Allah. She passed away in Basra, and people remembered her as one of the early female saints of Islam. a woman who transformed from a life of heedlessness to one of closeness to Allah.